In the early verses of Hebrews chapter 12, he is exhorting us to take our eyes off of those besetting sins and to put our eyes on Jesus and to remember what Jesus has accomplished on our behalf to free us from that we're no longer enslaved to that we're no longer in bondage to that he who has died in Christ Jesus has been set free from his sin. That's what it says in Romans chapter 6. And so that we are not under sin's master anymore, that we are not under sin's domination anymore, that Christ has conquered that for us. Well, it says in Hebrews chapter 12, verse 3, that consider him who endured from sinners such hostility against himself, so that you may not grow weary or faint-hearted. In your struggle against sin, you have not yet resisted to the point of shedding your blood. First of all, here's what you need to hear. Your war against sin is serious. Your war against sin is not going to go away until you are in heaven with Christ. So what do we do in this war? What do we do in this battle? He says, consider Jesus. Remember Jesus. Consider all that he has accomplished. Remember his finished work. Remember your atonement. Remember your redemption. Remember your forgiveness. Remember the fact that he has lived and died as your substitute and that you are now freed to walk in newness of life. Consider your Jesus. Fix your eyes on Jesus. He says, so that you may not grow weary or faint-hearted. Remember that he's done everything to liberate you from this war, to win this war on your behalf, that before God you stand perfectly clean and complete and perfect, not because you're winning the war, but because he's won the war. And he goes on and says, in your struggle against sin, you have not yet resisted to the point of shedding blood. Remember, no matter how bad it gets, no matter how hard your war against sin may seem, Christ warred harder and he won the war. Trust him today for liberation over besetting sin.